It's Bicentennial Week at Fort Smallwood Park in Pasadena. What do you have to say?
Welcome to Weekend Review!
Yeah!
Hello, I'm Erik Robey.
I'm Carolyn Ryan, and as the folks said, welcome to Anne Arundel County Week in Review. Today, we'll get a preview of 4th of July fireworks, and we'll tell you some good news on the budget front. But first, making headlines. It was a whirlwind week for patriots, history buffs, and sun seekers. We saw the Blue Angels fly over North County, the ships pass by Fort Smallwood Park and Downs Park, fireworks, and a whole lot more. Our own Dave Abrams was out at the park to talk with folks taking in the sights, and even caught some shots of the tall ships sailing out of Baltimore's Inner Harbor to far-flung destinations like Mexico, Ecuador, and Japan. Dave?
Hey guys, it's a beautiful day out at Fort Smallwood Park. Estimates are we got about a couple thousand people out to see the tall ships come in from the Inner Harbor for the 1812 bicentennial. And I'm here with your name again, sir?
John.
And John, where do you live?
I live in Severn.
Severn.
Yeah.
And what brought you out here today?
The good weather and the once-in-a-lifetime episode of seeing the boats come out under full sail, which we got disappointed on that. But it's been a beautiful day today, and it's just perfect to sit here and enjoy the company of all the other people and watch the tall ships.
Let me ask you, how did you find out about it? Because I was surprised that the first time around so many people came out. How did you know to come here?
Because I have a secret weapon. My wife
Facebook?
told me about it.
Oh, okay.
She keeps track of these sort of things where sometimes us guys are just working. You know?
I hear you there. Are you a naval buff or a history buff or just here for the scenery?
Just here for the scenery, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what'd you think of the ships? We had to wait a little while. I guess it took about an hour or so extra for them to get out.
It did. It was no big deal. I mean, once you get settled in out here, and we had a little dog with us, so we were very happy. So.
Well, we're glad you came out. We're glad you could enjoy the park. Usually the park's closed today, so we got a special treat today.
Well.
And what is your name?
Michaela.
Michaela what?
Beck.
Michaela Beck. Where are you from?
Tappahannock.
Tappahannock? Where's that?
Virginia.
Oh. And you came up here to see the tall ships?
Yes.
What did you think of them?
They're very big, and one reminded me of the SpongeBob movie.
What happened in that movie?
In the beginning, they were just singing SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh my goodness. Did you know that about the last time people saw this was about 200 years ago when these boats were coming down on their way to the Inner Harbor? Did you know that?
No?
Did they go a little slow for you?
Yes.
Because they don't have engines. Did you know that?
No.
They have wind power.
I think I like engines better.
What do you think of the park? You going to go fishing maybe a little later? Play on the playground?
Yes. I want to play on the playground.
Very good. Well, we'll see you out there. Thank you for being on the show. We appreciate that. And what is your name?
Cindy Thompson.
And where do you live, Cindy?
I'm in Glenburnie.
Glenburnie. So you made the trip out to Fort Smallwood.
I did, yes.
And
Came specifically to see the tall ships.
And why is that? Are you a history buff, or you just wanted to spend a nice day outside?
Just dabble in photography. I'm normally busy doing other things on my vacation days, so this is an actual me day. I get to come and enjoy the weather and see the ships.
And how did you know to come to Fort Smallwood?
Because I come to Fort Smallwood all the time.
Ah, one of your favorite parks?
One of my favorite parks, yes.
And I understand the park's usually closed today.
No, the park is not normally closed today. Downs Park is normally closed today. This park is normally closed on Wednesdays.
See, these people are telling me what's going on.
So we got here at 7 a.m. when it opened, assuming most people would wait until about 8:30, thinking it opened special.
I see. I think when they came in, that was a Thursday.
Got to keep track of those days.
Were you satisfied with what you saw? What did you think of the ships?
I love the ships. I think they're gorgeous. I've gotten quite a few pictures of some other things going on around down here, so I don't feel like it was a waste of a day at all.
Well, thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it. Thanks for coming down to Fort Smallwood Park.
Thank you.
And what's your name?
Karen Scott,
Karen Scott, where are you from?
Pasadena, Maryland.
Pasadena, Maryland. Where in Pasadena, Maryland?
Over in Greenhaven.
Greenhaven. Excellent. God's country. What brought you out to Fort Smallwood Park today?
I came out just to watch the tall ships and the Navy vessels go out.
Now, I asked a couple people this, are you a history buff or are you a naval buff, or you just felt like, thought it was a nice thing to do on a nice day?
I actually took off work because I figured this was once in a lifetime to see, and my son's actually in the Navy, so it's neat to see the ships go out.
Did you get some good pictures?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank
Hello.
you.
Hi,
What's your name?
I'm Margaret Parker. I'm from Glen Burnie, Maryland.
Excellent. And where in Glen Burnie do you live?
I live between Herondale and Marley Station on the
Excellent.
same side.
Excellent. Did you take off work today to come here?
I'm retired a long time. I'm an old lady.
Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. What brought you out here?
I just wanted to see the tall ships go out and the military ships go out.
And maybe for the tricentennial you come back?
I don't think so. I don't think I'll be around for any of it. Maybe my great-grandchildren will, or great-great-grandchildren, but
Yeah,
not
you can tell
myself.
them about it.
Yes.
Well, thank you for being on the show. We appreciate it. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Dave. All the hype is going to die down just a bit now, but not completely. In keeping with the history of the War of 1812, whose end marked 200 years of peace with Great Britain, the bicentennial celebration will actually last for 3 years. You can check out all the upcoming events at www.starspangled200.org.
Well, I think Dave was sweating a little bit out there.
Definitely.
I could see him. I know they were out there all day doing that filming. And in the record heat, I tell you folks, we have had some record heat. I remember the last summer how hot it was in June, but this year it kind of snuck up on us. It hit us by surprise. We had our first Code Red Day on June 20th, so the heat will be here to stay for the duration. It's not even July yet. And if you're watching us on Facebook, we have some great resources you should take a second and like. That's our emergency management page, which will have all the Code Red information and also weather alerts. There's also the health department and Alex the Alligator with some good tips on sun safety and, of course, recreation in parks, Carolyn's favorite, of course.
And the best Facebook page out there.
And folks, you can check all those out on Facebook, and you can find out all the great events that are happening around our town. Take a look at the right side of your page for some of these pages. If you give them a like, you can get regular updates on your phone, your iPad, your tablet, your Droid, your computer, or whatever it is you use. Carolyn, what do you use? I mean, I'm hearing Droid. I don't even know what a Droid is.
Oh, you know,
tablet?
I do have an iPhone, so I'm able to access Facebook on there. But other than that, I'm just a computer kind of a gal.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, we're rapidly approaching our next chance to show our patriotism, which of course is the 4th of July. In our first community spotlight, Kelsey McConkey previews the Glen Burnie fireworks display. Kelsey?
Hi, this is Kelsey McConkey with Week in Review. I'm here with Andy Warner from the Glen Burnie Improvement Association, and we're going to talk a little bit about the association as well as their upcoming fireworks display. Can you tell us a little bit about what the association does for the community of Glen Burnie here?
Well, the Glen Burnie Improvement Association actually sponsors several different organizations, a Boy Scouts troop. They do support Glen Burnie High School. They actually support Anne Arundel County Police Department with their bike program in the county. Plus, sidewalk improvement was the main thing they got started with, and they do maintain most of the sidewalks in the town of Glen Burnie.
Now, you guys have an upcoming fireworks display. Can you tell us where and when that will be held?
Well, the fireworks display is actually financed by the Improvement Association, and they actually obtain most of their funding from the Glen Burnie Carnival, which is held at the end of July. Our fireworks display will be held July 3rd, and again, it's an Independence Day celebration, but it's held on July 3rd at Sawmill Creek Park here in Glen Burnie. The program will run, I guess, start around 9 o'clock with fireworks going for about 25 to 20 minutes. Parking will be accommodated at Monsignor Slade Catholic School, which is directly across the street from the park.
Hope to see you at Sawmill Creek Park on July 3rd, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Kelsey. I can't wait for the cookouts and the fireworks. Of course, strictly legal fireworks, right, Erik?
They're all legal.
Yes, yes. Now, are you going to Sawmill Creek Park this year, or where will you watch the fireworks?
Well, that's a good thing about Anne Arundel County. I know we're still about a week away from 4th of July, but we've got Sawmill Creek Park, we've got Annapolis that has fireworks, Baltimore right up to the north, D.C. Gibson Island puts on their own fireworks display. So I know a lot of folks that live near the Magothy take their boat out there and check out the Gibson Island
you can actually see
fireworks.
them all. You can
Yes,
see
you
Baltimore, Annapolis, and Denver on the Eastern Shore.
So we'll see. We'll see which way the boat takes us this year.
Very good.
Well, in this week's Police Beat, we have June 15th, 2012, at approximately 11:45 a.m., officers from the Northern District responded to the area of Park Road in Brooklyn Park for a report of a home invasion robbery. Joining us now is Public Information Officer Justin Mulcahy with further details on the investigation. Justin.
When officers arrived, they spoke with the female victim who reported that an unknown suspect forced his way into her residence after she opened the door, displayed a handgun, and restrained her. From there, the suspect searched the residence and subsequently fled the residence with miscellaneous jewelry along with an undisclosed amount of money. The suspect fled the scene in an unknown white vehicle, possibly a station wagon or an SUV or minivan. Now, numerous officers canvassed the area but were unable to locate the suspect. The victim was treated for minor injuries at the scene. Preliminary information indicates that this was possibly a targeted incident. Detectives from the Northern District have assumed responsibility for the investigation, which is ongoing, and they're following some leads in this case. The suspect is described as a white male in his mid-20s, possibly even into his early 30s, about 6 feet 200 pounds, last seen wearing a tan baseball hat, sunglasses, and khaki shorts. Folks, we're going to move on now to our second incident. That one took place on June 16th around 12:09 in the morning. That's when officers from the Western District responded to the Papa John's Pizza located in the 1200 block of Annapolis Road in Odenton for a citizen robbery. When officers arrived, they spoke with a 41-year-old male delivery driver who reported he was loading his vehicle with pizza delivery orders in front of that Papa John's when a male suspect suddenly approached him, displaying a handgun and demanding money. The victim gave the suspect an undisclosed amount of money. That suspect then fled the area on foot. Several officers responded to saturate the area. They were assisted by the K-9 unit and the aviation unit as they conducted a canvass of that area, but they were unable to locate the suspect in this case. The victim, fortunately, was not injured during the incident. Suspect is described as a white male, about 5'8" to 5'9", 165 to 175 pounds, with a medium build, who was clean-shaven, last seen wearing a gray sweatshirt with a hood and blue jeans. Now, folks, as always, if you have any information on any of the crimes or suspects mentioned on the show, don't hesitate to call, email, or text your tip to Metro Crime Stoppers hotline, available 24 hours a day, toll-free at 1-866-7-LOCK-UP. Or you can text message MCS plus your message to crimes at 274-637. You can also visit the website at www.metrocrimestoppers.net. Remember, those phone calls are not recorded and callers remain anonymous. You might even be eligible for a cash reward of up to $2,000. Back to you.
Thanks, Justin. And there's more Week in Review to come, folks, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family. Ooh. So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back. Now that the budget process is over and the new fiscal year starts on July 1, we have some good tidbits to report that will improve the county's bottom line. Yes, that means saving taxpayer money, folks. First, the county held its annual bond sale this week, and they have issued debt to pay for road and school construction projects. Well, a little clever timing and a little bit of luck, and the county government got the lowest interest rate in recent memory of 2.49%. Budget analysts estimate that saves about $5 million in interest when you compare against the rate last year, which was 3.93. And if you're keeping track at home, the county issued $181 million in bonds, and folks, that's a lot of change. But there's more. We held the annual tax sale where delinquent property tax accounts are auctioned off to the highest bidder. That was another success, with the county taking in about $6.3 million, either through people paying up on overdue taxes or paying for delinquent properties. Not a bad take. And finally, some good news from Maryland Live. The state of Maryland has completed its property tax assessment of the casino and valued the property at, get this, $264 million. Just about what my house is worth, Carolyn.
Very nice.
Yeah, right. That means about $2.5 million in property taxes coming to Anne Arundel County each year. Got all that, Carolyn? That's a lot of money that we're bringing in here in the county.
Absolutely is. In these times, that's wonderful news. But let's get to the most important segment today. We're proud to announce that the winner of the Ms. Maryland Senior America is a local beauty. Mary Felter from the Department of Aging and Disabilities has more. Mary?
Thanks. I am so lucky today to be here at the South County Senior Center, and I'm interviewing Mahal May, who's from Davidsonville, and she's just won a really nice honor. She is the Miss Maryland Senior America 2012, and we're so excited you're on the program today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mary. I'm delighted to be here.
What did you have to do to compete in this? What's required of you to do this?
Well, to compete to this beauty contest or Miss Maryland Senior America is to have a very good personality presentation, and you have to volunteer a lot, and actually it's just most likely the volunteerism is where they're looking for. And I have been volunteering for so many years now as a Rotarian. We do a lot of volunteer for school children from K to 12, and then we also do some volunteer for the lighthouse homeless. What we do, we packed food like a lunch bag and then deliver them to the lighthouse. And with the school children, we also do a backpack, and this will be like a weekend food for the family and the children, so that they will be provided with non-perishable food. Because my belief is these children need food, nourishment in order for them to be able to function well in school.
And this is the South Anne Arundel Rotary Club that meets down here in Davidsonville area, Edgewater, right?
That's correct, Mary.
I understand you also tutor people who speak a different language from English, and the children. You help with that as well?
Yes, I do. I tutor English to both children and adults who cannot speak English well.
What is your talent for this show? I understand everybody has to have a talent for it.
Well, I decided to do the hula dance. It's called Lovely Hula Hands.
Oh, yes.
And I have my costume. It's called the holoko. Holoko is actually a traditional wedding gown. And it's beautiful, and it's got the long trail and long sleeves. And actually, I altered that just to fit into my my body fitting.
I understand that you're not really from Hawaii, though, originally. Where are you from?
I am originally from the Philippines, but I have a little bit of Hawaii in me, and I immigrated in the United States in 1972.
Oh, you're just about as American as you can get then. And when did you learn to do the hula?
I learned to do the hula since I was 8 years old. Now, back then, the family will either have their children learn the ballet dancing, the hula, or any sports activities, but I have chosen to do the hula. I think it's just very graceful and very ladylike.
Well, I understand that the Senior America contest emphasizes that women have to be age 60 and older because they've reached the age of elegance. When is the pageant going to be held and where?
The pageant is going to be in Atlantic City in October 7 to 12. And I am just very excited to be there, and I'm very nervous too.
You will be fine. Tell me what your philosophy is that you're going to be discussing. I know that means a great deal to you.
Well, the philosophy of life has to be recited in front of the public during the pageant, and it has to be 35 seconds, otherwise we'll get penalized. So here's my philosophy of life. I can recite it for you.
Good.
Reaching 60 plus can be your best time in life. Reach for your dreams, and it will lead you to your purpose of life. Reach for youth of the heart. You'll begin to see that the sparkle in your heart and the twinkle in your eyes make you more beautiful in a way not achievable in youth. Reach out and volunteer, but remember to REACH to bring out a younger, spirited you.
Well, thank you, Mahal, very much for giving us your time, and we're looking forward to finding out what happens when you go to Atlantic City in October. Thanks so much for being on the program today.
Thank you, Mary.
This is Mary Felter, Anne Arundel County Department of Aging and Disabilities Public Information Office, and you've been watching our segment of Week in Review. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Mary. That's a great story. I always heard that the secret to ageless beauty is drinking lots of water. What's your secret, Erik?
I'm not old yet, Carolyn. That's my secret.
Yes.
But maybe. Water is great. I love drinking water. Drink 4 or 5 glasses a day. Keeps you from aging and keeps the kidney stones away,
you
folks.
need about 8 or 9 glasses of water a day.
But mine are big, Carolyn. They're big glasses. They're like big gulp glasses of water.
There you go.
Speaking of water and beauty, Eastport Elementary School has a lot of both to go around. Sensory gardens, rain gardens, and all things green. Jody Leddy has more in her community spotlight. Jody.
Hi, I'm Jody Leddy. We're here today at Eastport Elementary School on this beautiful day to talk about the green ribbon cutting event that we had here today. We've got Sarah Robertson, who is an instrumental parent in getting the rain gardens, the sensory garden, and the outdoor classroom together. We have Miss Weiss, who is the art teacher here at Eastport Elementary School and coordinated the painting of the rain barrels. We have 3 4th graders, Johnny Johnson, Christian Aquino Lopez, and Molly Parrish, who are going to tell us about their involvement in the project. So first I'd like Sarah Robertson, if you could tell us about the event, how it came to pass, and what it's all about.
Thank you very much, Jody. Yeah, this is really a celebration of all the amazing outdoor activities that we've achieved over the past 2 years. It all started with the sensory garden. We then put in some rain gardens and 5 rain barrels. And then that culminated with us turning the sensory garden into an outdoor classroom. And really this has all been a complete community project, and the children have been involved from the very outset and all the way through, and we thought it was just time to share it with everybody.
Wonderful. So as I understand it, we're now standing in the sensory garden as well as outdoor classroom.
That's correct. Yes, we now have brought in, we have the 5 senses, the 5 beds, and then we made it into an outdoor classroom too. We put in a chalkboard up against the wall, and then we've put in our nature seating, our tree stumps all around the place. And then we also have lockers to keep class supplies and that kind of thing in.
Okay, great. And Mrs. Weiss was involved in getting rain barrels. Tell us about the rain barrel project.
Students actually designed and laid out compositions on the rain barrels based on master artist exemplars such as Vincent van Gogh and George Seurat, and then painted them themselves, starting with students in pre-K. We're actually able to make the backgrounds, and then all the way up through 5th grade, and even teachers and some community members did some painting on those rain barrels that are now outside, mostly outside their music portable.
And the rain barrels, there are 5 of them that are also going to go to local businesses, correct?
That's correct.
What businesses are involved in the project?
Fleet Feet, Boatyard Bar and Grill, BB&T Bank.
And a couple others in the area. Yeah. So,
and the students were involved in actually designing those compositions. They did not actually do the painting on the barrels, but they did design the compositions to represent those businesses.
Okay, wonderful. Now let's go to the students. Christian, why don't you tell me about what was 4th grade? I know each grade had involvement in this project. Tell me what 4th grade's involvement was.
Doing like helping plant the plants and making the unity garden great for not polluting the water.
Wonderful. And Johnny, tell me about what's your favorite part of the project of the gardens?
The stumps, because like when we like say if we had lots of people, both people can sit on both stumps. That's what I like.
Have you had any outdoor classes here yet?
Not yet.
Not yet?
We will have some.
You will have some? You've got one more year here at Eastport, right? Yeah. Hopefully lots of outdoor class activities. Molly, tell me about, I know you're an environmentalist, tell me about why the rain gardens and the sensory gardens are important.
It's like we take the chemicals that hurt the Chesapeake Bay and we use them in the plants because they're good for them. And then we use the rain barrels to get the water off the roof and use it for the plants. And we gave the rain barrels to different businesses, so we not only take but we also give.
That's wonderful. Thank you all so much for being here today and for all your hard work. Congratulations on this being the last week of school for you fourth graders. And you got one more year here at Eastport. So go Eastport Skipjacks, right? All right, have a great summer, kids, and thank you, Mrs. Sarah Robertson and Ms. Weiss for being here, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Jody. The best way for kids to learn about science is to get their hands dirty. I like to get dirty out there, Carolyn.
Well, this week in Anne Arundel County, the Anne Arundel County Fire Department responded to more than 1,439 calls for service. This included 1,105 emergency medical calls and 125 fire calls. This week, one person was seriously injured in an accident in North County, and County Executive John R. Leopold took steps to assist county residents during the recent heat advisory. With us now to tell us more about these incidents is Division Chief Michael Cox of the Anne Arundel County Fire Department. Chief?
Thanks, Carolyn. The first incident occurred around 10:45 p.m. on Friday, June 15, 2012. When Anne Arundel County firefighters responded for a reported motor vehicle collision on Marley Neck Road in the area of Tanyard Springs Lane. First units to arrive on the scene reported a motor vehicle collision involving a motorcycle. There was one injury as a result of the incident. The patient, a 52-year-old male, suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries. He was transported to the University of Maryland's R. Adams Cowley Shock Trauma Center in Baltimore via ground ambulance. County law enforcement officials are investigating the cause of the incident. In other news, County Executive John R. Leopold has ordered that cooling centers around the county be open to help residents cope with the unseasonably hot temperatures that we have been experiencing this week. This area has been under an excessive heat advisory, and residents are urged to take appropriate precautions, such as limiting outside activities to early morning and late evening when temperatures are the lowest. Limit exercise regimens, and listen to your body and moderate your activity accordingly. Drink plenty of fluids. Water is best. Non-alcoholic beverages are also good. Alcoholic beverages should be avoided as they dehydrate the body and are counterproductive. When possible, stay out of direct sunlight during the hottest times of the day. Spend time in air-conditioned spaces such as libraries, shopping malls, and movie theaters. If air conditioning is not available, take cool baths or showers to help cool down during the hottest times of the day. Wear loose-fitting clothing and light-colored clothes, appropriate for summer. Never leave a child or pet unattended in a car. In a very short period of time, the temperature inside a vehicle can exceed 150 degrees. Children, the elderly, and people with chronic ailments are usually the first to feel the effects of high heat and humidity. Use care in planning activities with these groups and check on them regularly, especially your elderly neighbors. Carolyn?
Thanks, Chief. County residents who have questions or require additional information regarding cool resources can contact the county's Emergency Operations Center between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. at 410-222-0600.
In our next community spotlight, our own Mark Chang treats us to a little art in the park. Mark.
Thanks to both of you in the studio. I'm out here on this gorgeous, beautiful day in June out here at the Linthicum Park in Linthicum. And with me today I have Terry Feely, who is a local businesswoman, but also the co-chair of the Linthicum Decorating Committee. It's great to have you back on the show. I know you were out here last year, and a year later you're back out here again, and it's good to have you. Could you tell us a little bit about what the Linthicum Decorating Committee does?
The Linthicum Decorating Committee is a group of volunteers that started about 4 years ago. We just started decorating the shopping center down at the Linthicum Shipley Shopping Center, and then every year we add another shopping center or another site. This year we added the fire department and the old pharmacy. So that was our goal, just to beautify Linthicum and enhance the Christmas spirit.
Oh, great. And as in the past, the Linthicum Concert Series is starting up. And so when does that start again?
That starts on June 24th and runs every Sunday through August 12th.
Okay, great. And then you got the second annual Art in the Park coming up, and I know you're very excited about it. Could you tell us about it?
This is our second Art in the Park. Last year was a big success. We had a beautiful day like today. It was a good turnout, a lot of vendors, a lot of good crafts and arts, and we had a lot of people that come, and all the vendors that participated asked that we have another one in the fall, which we didn't do, but they're all participating again this year, and we hope this year will be bigger and better.
Okay, great. And what the date is and time?
The date is June 24th, and it's from 2 to 6. It's right before the first concert, and then people can stay for the concert. We'll also hopefully have music during the day at our Art in the Park, but then people can stay for the concert also.
Great. It's going to be at the Linthicum Park on Benton Avenue right here. Okay, great. And you don't have to be from Linthicum to come. Can you be anywhere in the county, right?
Welcome anybody.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, great. And I also understand that there's going to be some pretty neat holiday ornaments coming up that have a Linthicum flavor to it.
Yes. Every year we try to do a fundraiser to raise money to help buy new decorations for the area. And this year we're starting would hope to be the first of a set of series of Linthicum ornaments. They're going to be going on sale at the Art in the Park. This year we're going to do the Veterans Memorial. It's going to be a gold ornament with a picture of the Veterans Memorial on there. So we're hoping that it'll be a success and we'll sell a lot of them.
Okay, great. And if folks want to come here either as buyers or vendors, how can they get more information for Art in the Park?
They can either call myself, Terry Feely, at 410-375-2612, or they can stop in Pedal Pushers and talk to Debbie right here on Camp Mead Road.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much, Terry, for organizing this, and absolutely. And also during the Christmas time, I know Linthicum looks really great all year long because of all the work you and the Linthicum Decorating Committee do. So thank you for all that you do for the Linthicum community. So definitely mark your calendars. The weather's getting real nice out here in Linthicum, and so come on out to the Art in the Park and catch a Linthicum concert series. Reporting from Linthicum, for Anne Arundel County Week in Review, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Mark. Music and art sounds like a pretty good combination, Carolyn, even on these 100-degree days we've had for the last stretch here. June, and we're in 100-degree days. And I tell you, no better place. We had some stories about water and things like that. Out on the water, the amazing things that have come up the Chesapeake Bay and into Patapsco River and into the Baltimore Harbor this week has been incredible.
It has been. I don't know if you got a chance to go out to either Fort Smallwood or Downs Park to check out the tall ships and all of the military boats going in and out. It was really amazing.
It's amazing to see the amount of boats that came in, but an amazing thing happened on Wednesday. Yes. I don't know if you caught it, but these large cranes that are coming in, the port's doing a lot of expansion there. We're trying to bring in larger cargo ships. They're going to dredge the channel at some point there. But these large cranes that just cleared the Bay Bridge by about 4 feet, they brought them in.
Well, I heard that they actually closed the Bay Bridge for a while.
They did.
And they were afraid that, not that they would hit the bridge, but they were afraid that people would be distracted while they were driving over the bridge. So I thought that was very interesting. So good idea, close the bridge, keep everybody safe.
A lot of good things happen around Baltimore and Washington. It's
Absolutely.
summertime's in full effect.
Yes, it is. It feels like summer out there for sure.
That's right. Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode online anytime at www.aacounty.org. Archive episodes are available at blip.tv and on YouTube. You can also subscribe to the free video podcast at iTunes, or like us on Facebook at Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more news and highlights from around your county. We'll see you next time.